There's a certain kind of weight you carry when you're on the road. Like this generator here, getting lifted off my trailer in Irvine, California. But some of it you don't see. It's in your heart. It's in your mind. It's the kind of load that doesn't show up on a scale, but it presses down all the same. And sometimes, just like this crane, someone or something comes along to help you carry it. A friend, a stranger lending a hand, or maybe a four-legged co-pilot sitting beside you in the cab. I've seen it myself. I've felt it. And I know I'm not the only one. In this episode, I want to shine a light on a fellow driver and the quiet kind of help that made a loud difference in his life. Sometimes it's not the biggest load you remember. It's who helped you lift it. We'll be right back. Stick around.
Dust on the dashboard, sun beating my face. Miles of highway in an endless race. Petrol's yapping, keeps my head on straight. Rolling through towns, waving goodbye to fate. I got shit to do, roads to run, gears to grind beneath the sun. Petrol riding shotgun, ease my plan. Life ain't easy for a traveling man.
Hi, I'm Debbie at Kaiser Transport. I'm one of the recruiters here. If you guys ever have any questions about pay, any kind of questions about home time, where you live, all that kind of stuff, give us a call, 608-741-7739.
After making my drops around the Los Angeles area, I rolled back into our yard in Santa Fe Springs. That's where I caught up with fellow Kaiser driver Oscar Sherman, better known as Lucky Charms. Oscar's not just any driver, he's the 2024 Rookie of the Year here at Kaiser, and that title didn't come easy. He's earned it, along with a growing list of accomplishments that speak for themselves. We had a chance to talk right there in the yard, standing beside his freshly loaded trailer. No script, just two drivers swapping stories. And Lucky Charms, he's got one worth hearing. So what's going on with your load here, man?
Well, I had a live load to pick up tomorrow, but you know the normal day in trucking ain't all unicorns and rainbows. Something is heavier than what they said. So now I don't have a live load now. I'm right at 79, right on the money. So ain't no room to put nothing else. So pretty much we're going to strike tarp and ride with it instead of live load.
So what's your handle, man? What do you go by?
Lucky Charms.
Texas Lucky Charms?
Texas Lucky Charms on TikTok.
Right on. You owned your own truck for a while, huh?
Owned it 10 years.
Yeah? Pulling flatbed or what?
Flatbed. I only pulled flatbed.
Run all 48? Yeah. Did you run all 48 or?
All 48.
So you got some miles under your belt, huh?
I got a little bit. I'm pushing 1 million total. I did a little stint where I was running regional, so that probably slowed it down a little bit, getting those miles. But I started out when I was 18 in Texas. Get your CDL at 18. I went out. My dad didn't want me to be a truck driver. He wanted me to be a heartless dispatcher or something. I don't know what he wanted me to do, but I grew up in a truck. You know, if I wasn't in the truck, I was in school, so I didn't know, 18 years old, it was hard to get a job, because insurance was 21 and older. And when I broke the news with my dad about a week later, I told him I went out and got my CDL, and he was a little upset, but he was a little proud of me. Further on down to this story that we're getting to, I just started knocking them out. I got an inbox from Kaiser. A friend of mine was working here. Said, told me to pretty much quit bullshitting around and why don't you apply for Kaiser? You're already doing LTL, because I was doing LTL myself. We were already planning on going over to Oregon Central with my friend, because I knew him. We're gonna pretty much do the buddy thing, and we're all ready to go until last minute. I found out that Oregon Central is not pet friendly. So I don't go nowhere without my co-driver Bubs. I've had Bubs a long time. He's been there pretty much through the struggle, through my divorce, and I had a hard time in my divorce, one of them. But that's a longer story for a different day. But and pretty much the struggles, depression, and all that. Drivers, they struggle with that sometimes, and he's always been there for me. One day in my truck, I was under an oversize, and my gallbladder ended up going out, and I passed out. Not going down the road, I was sitting at a truck stop, and I passed out not knowing. I figured it was bad indigestion, and he broke the window in the truck to get a driver walking by his attention, and he saved my life. So I never leave him behind. No matter how much the job is paying or whatever, that was the deal. Ended up having a tragedy earlier last month in May. My dad's been pretty sick. He ended up passing away on me, and the number one people who have been there for me is Kaiser Transport. I ended up, they wanted me to send, they were making plans to send me home and everything, but my dad was the old school trucker. When he got sick the first time, we ended up unloading out, and they ended up getting me a load straight home. My dad got mad at me. He was like, "No, I ain't dead yet. You better not be off that truck and stay rolling." Kaiser's been that family. Dispatch is awesome. They get on my nerves sometimes, but I get on their nerves, so it's a two-way street on that one. Kaiser took care of me, equipment-wise. If I needed it fixed, they fix it. I didn't have to sit here and, my AC goes out, they'll fix it. Just anything, the old owner-operator days are working for little people. It's always, your AC goes out in Miami, but they want you to run 2 weeks before you get back to the shop, get it fixed, But over here, no, it's just there's a problem, we fix it, get it going, and it was a hard struggle that first year because Kaiser's just a whole different lifestyle. You wouldn't have freight without the dispatchers to roll down the road. You wouldn't be able to load the freight on the trailer without the loader. My truck wouldn't be tip-top shape to roll down the road without the shop. Lucky Charms is Lucky Charms. I've got a sense of humor. I can laugh a lot, I got that old school. I got a little bit of old school trucker in me, but I got that other kind of thing where, you just got to adjust to the current times. And, but, always got this saying, just because it says Kaiser on the door don't mean it's his truck. So my Kaiser's not driving that truck, I am. So, that's why I'm always, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. I'm wiping down wheels, keeping my truck up to date. Drivers come first. Driver corps, without the drivers, nobody would have a job in that office. That's all Kaiser said. So, drivers come first. They worry about you. If I call dispatch and tell them I'm not feeling good, which never happens, but you're under the weather or just tired from one of them hard full month of recap in the week and you just want a day off, they just don't, they'll give you your day off. Tired, you're tired. We do have some customers we got to serve, and I understand that growing up in the trucking industry, you gotta make a regular appointment, because somebody's expecting that freight. And that's how I haul my freight on my trailer. I haul it like it's mine.
You okay? You doing good? Are you hungry? You hungry yet? You need some food? You ready to eat? Yeah? You hungry? Let's make some breakfast. And so the next day, and after making some breakfast for Pedro and I, we ran around the Los Angeles area again picking up freight. instead of dropping off like the day before. We're picking up here and there and everywhere. Big machines, little machines. We're even getting to try out a new tarp that I got from Mighty Products. Be looking for a review on this tarp coming soon on all social media platforms. After we got loaded up that evening, we headed out. We ended up in Grand Junction, Colorado, where we're making our first drop out of this load. Kicking off 2 machines to go over here at a nice old trade school. That's pretty cool. The trades are in style now. While we're waiting, we're just... We've arrived a couple hours early, so we're just getting a good look at the place, see where we might be going in, and... It's always great when we show up somewhere and I let this little guy out and he immediately defecates on their lawn. Don't worry, I cleaned it up. Or did I? Well, once the riggers showed up, we got in, unloaded, and got the hell out of there, no problem at all. Now we're heading to Wisconsin over the weekend. Thank you, Mr. Lucky Charms, for that lovely interview. And thank you all for watching. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
To the valleys, to the desert, rail tales of Dooner and Pedro live beyond the pale. They don't need no map, just a rebel heart. Every journey's music, every mile's art. Dooner and Pedro tearing up the road, living for the moment, heavy with the load. Small dog, big vibes in a world so fast. Freedom's in the wind and they're built to last. Pedro's watching stars as the rubber burns. Dooner shifts the gears, taking hairpin turns. 2 souls on a ride where the wild winds know. A punk trucker and a dog making legends grow.
Hey guys, I just want to thank you for watching and to please consider subscribing if you like this video or all the rest of them, and give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whatever you think it deserves, and find me on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks again for watching, and please consider subscribing.